Hello my beautiful fat family, Kylie the groomer, and we have Marley. Say hi Marley. Marley's a toy poodle, and well, I've already started grooming her and realised that she's quite matted, so I thought I would record this one for you guys to have a look at. Hey good girl. Alright, I'm going to pop you on my head and we'll get going. Okie dokie. So I've been practicing to get this headset in the right position. I was using a 5F, but I'm going to drop down to a 7 because if her back area is this matted, then we are in strife. So I'm a bit behind schedule because my last doggy was a little bit needy. I might just take a minute to explain to you guys. So if you own a poodle or similar poodle mix, anything like that, and you want the coat to be cut longer, so this is the length. When we add these comb attachments, they get longer and longer. That's the longest one that I have. So the length that the hair will be is this here, right? And if that can't go into this hair here, you can't use it. It's a comb attachment, so the hair has to be able to be combed with a comb in order to be able to get a comb attachment through. So your dog has to be properly brushed out at home, regular maintenance. You know, you've got to keep your dog well brushed. So you can see here, we can't get a comb through here. We're not going to get a comb attachment through here. And what happens is this blade here, so that's my cutting length there, which is 3.2 millimeters, and my blade is cutting right there. That has to be able to go underneath. See how it's going underneath to pick up? And so the 5 is not getting underneath very well, and I'm having to pull and drag. So I have to go shorter and shorter until I find one that goes under. And my excuse me, next option is a 10, which I don't want to use because it is winter and it's very cold. So you can see here we're getting under reasonably easy without her skin tugging. So that's how the length of your dog's coat is decided. You can take your dog into the groomer and say, hey, we want her kept nice and long and fluffy, and I hear that all the bloody time. Honestly, look at that. That's a blanket. So your groomer is not mean when they shave down your dog. The groomer is not trying to give you a haircut you don't want. They can only work with what you give us. And if you give us a dog that's not brushed regularly, well, that's on you. I'm sorry. It's a lesson that you have to learn, that if you want to maintain a long coat on your dog, you have to brush them. And as I suspected, this is a lot tighter here than the back, so I'm glad we dropped down to the 7. Hopefully we don't have to go to the 10. So yeah, it's all good and well to have these dogs and to have these ideas of how you want them to be groomed and how you want them to be looking. But if you're not doing your share of the work, your groomer can't do anything for you, other than this. And even if I wanted to mat break and brush out this dog, I can say I don't actually think it would be possible. Aside from how ridiculously painful it would be for that poor baby, like how cruel it would be to stand here and force her to endure all that pulling and tugging of her skin, which would leave bruising and rashes, and she could be at risk of getting cut with mat breaking tools and things like that. I actually don't think that even through all of that amount of work that you'd stand here and do, that you'd actually successfully mat break the entire coat. You'd still be cutting chunks of it out. So, and with this particular dog, I know that she's an indoor dog and a very much loved dog. She comes from a very big and busy family, and maybe last time I groomed her, she was in really good condition, so they might have just had some stuff going on. And when they messaged me, which was last night, to say that she was a hot mess and they needed help. I had a spot today, so they've filled that spot where I had a cancellation, which is great. And they're trying to do the right thing, so there's that. Not mad about it, just thought that I'd use it as an opportunity to explain to people who might not understand why their groomer has shaved their dog down. I see lots of posts on Reddit forums in particular where people are like, oh my god, look what the groomer's done to my dog. But the post should be titled, oh my god, look what I did to my dog. And groomers should really stop being blamed for when the necessity to shave down a dog, because it's definitely, in most cases, it comes back to the owner. You do get some inexperienced groomers, or some confusion with what the pet parents asked for in comparison to what they got. Sometimes the translation wasn't quite there or something. Maybe they were like, yeah, we want it nice and short and tidy, but they didn't mean this short. You know what I mean? So that does happen, but in general, groomers don't go around shaving dogs down like this unless they have to. Or you ask for it. And it is totally fine to keep your dog maintained at this length. If you want to have a nice short dog, and because you, maybe you've had a new baby, or you've started a new job, or you're just settling into something in life, or you're unwell, then just book your dog in and get them shaved down. And then you've got a good, 8 to 12 weeks where they might get a little bit knotty before the next shave down, but it's nothing that like this. It's not going to be uncomfortable and pulling and bruising the skin and things like that, or even unhygienic, Just if you know that you're heading into a tough time of life, Jude gets a shave down in the summertime because I work like 12 or more hours every day, 5 days a week. And I can tell you, after I spent 12 hours with other people's dogs, I do not want to sit there and brush my dog. And so he just gets a shave down, and I do that every 3 or 4 weeks because I'm a dog groomer and I can do that. And just keep him short because it's easy. It's clean and tidy. And then in the winter, I don't know if you guys have seen him lately, he is so fluffy. He does need a bath. He always needs a bath. So I've already run the bath because, again, like when I normally see her, she's in such good condition. I was like, we're gonna bath her and blow dry her and fluff up all of her floofies. And I thought, yes, she's gonna be such a little fluff ball and we'll be able to give her a nice teddy cut. And then I went to brush her and I was like, oh no. So I thought, I'll do a little shave out and see what we can get through. Nothing. So I was like, oh, all right, no bath. And we'll record it so that we can share it with you guys for, a bit of education on what happens to these little bubbers when they're not being brushed. On this side. So I hope you guys can see all right. I don't normally wear the head mount when I do these shaves because I really struggle to know what you guys are looking at. And as you saw with, I think it was Timo's video, oh my goodness, it was terrible. I thought I had it all right. Excuse me. Let's just finish this off. Good girl. Okay, pretty good. Pretty good. Let's have a look. I think we'll take this chin short because I think we're gonna have to take a whole lot of the rest of it short. Hey, bub. Good job. Share that information. If you know somebody who's looking at getting a puppy, make sure they know how much maintenance is required to keep one of these doggies, especially the financial burden. So like for any pet that you get, of course you've got your financial burden of veterinary care, regular vaccinations, feeding, all that sort of stuff. But a lot of people just don't account for the regular, you know, monthly or bi-monthly cost of having their dogs groomed. Especially if you're like saving up for a long time to purchase an expensive breed of dog. It may not be something that is affordable for you to maintain long term. And even though it might not be the right dog for you right now, just, you know, hang in there. Have a shorter head breed, something a little less tricky to manage. And later on, because, you know, our pups aren't with us forever, especially if you're a younger person, you know, later on you can always have your next doggy as something that is, you know, requires more maintenance and things like that. As much as we want to have all these really beautiful floofy dogs in our lives, especially when we're younger, it's just because it's not the right choice right now doesn't mean it won't be later. It's not forever. I mean, how old am I? 34? I'm 34, and Jude's my first long-haired dog, and oh goodness, I would never have been able to look after him properly 10 years ago in my 20s. No way. Not in my early 20s. Hey. Alright guys, I'm gonna go get her ready to jump in the bath, I think. I'm not confident that we'll get to brush all this out, but we'll certainly give it a go. Not that we're gonna do it too long. Oh, I don't know. Do we try and just knock some of it out now so that we don't have to dry it? What do you reckon, Marley? Like this I'm not gonna cut now because it needs to be cleaned, so we can try and make something of it. I can see like somebody's brushed just this section and cut this hair here. I hope you guys can see that. All right, we'll put on a comb attachment and just see if we can get through just that section. I wouldn't normally with how it is, but everything else has gone quite smoothly, so we'll give it a go. Hey, good girl. We'll just give it a go. With all this part being brushed out, we only just need to get under the start there, so fingers crossed. Take that off. Come this way. Good girl. Good girl. Yeah, see how it was only just that beginning part? Lucky. Very lucky. You can see where it's struggling. It's alright. So I'm not trying to get it all off, just to reduce the amount of drying I've got to do around her face. Hey Bubba, good girl. I mean, it's still going to be a short face anyway to match the rest of that body. But if we can salvage some of it, we might as well try. Here we go. Right, so that'll give us a sort of round shape. We can bring all this out and round that up to the best of our abilities. Alright guys, I'm gonna get the bath ready and we'll see you guys over there. Whoop, put your head in. Here we go. Oh, okie dokie. We're ready to go. Hey, so we don't have much hair to clean, obviously. All dry, so hopefully this is nice and quick. Alright, bub. Yeah, a little bit nervous, isn't she? Hey, alright, here we go. No, it's nice and warm, just relax. Good girl. So nice and warm. Hey. Rightio, sorry guys, my battery died. I finished rinsing her off, swapped my battery over. Hey, and I just put her towel down here for her so that we can get her warm and snuggly straight away. There you go. Oh, good shaking, good shaking. That's probably as dry as we're gonna get her because she's a little bit anxious about that head area and her leggies. Excuse me. Good girl. So we'll let that air dry for a little while we make a start on her body. Hey, we make a start on here. You're doing a great job, my love. Oop. Here we go. Round you go. Good girl. So we're just back in with our 7. We'll try and give ourselves a bit of a shape here to work in from. So remember I started up here with a 5, so initially we're going to have a bit more hair coming off that area. I actually don't mind the 7 on poodles because they get like a crushed velvet kind of look and I absolutely love it. Being that she's a light coat with pink skin, you will see her skin coming through. That's kind of inevitable. But it'll only take a week or 2 before there's a bit more length there, and in 3 or 4 weeks there'll be a lot more length there. It won't take long, and if she's being brushed, it can easily be you know, tidied up and reshaped into a teddy bear quite quickly. It doesn't take long. Good job. She's doing great. Hey, you're doing great. Let's see what we can save of these ears, huh? The magic of conditioner and quality shampoo. I know, I'm sorry. So I definitely know we're going quite short through here because the bottom jaw's cut really short. And we just want to bring everything into each other. It's alright, bub. Good girl. You stop wiggling. You go stop wiggling. My next doggy's going to be here in a minute. Mr. Charlie. Little Cavalier. Cavalier, yes. He's not a cavoodle, he's a Cavalier. So that I can't do much about. That is from his home haircut. Her home haircut, sorry. Jeez Louise. Hey, I'm getting them all mixed up today. My hims and hers. Where is that little eye of yours? Let's give you some eyes, shall we? What even happened? What happened? What did Mama do? You're funny. Yes. You're moving. Stop moving. Okay, sorry, my next dog is here. Mr. Charlie. He's a gorgeous boy. He's just sitting over there with a drink of water. I was going to put him in an enclosure, but he gets a bit excited, so if I put him in with water, he would make a great big mess of himself. And he's just been for a walk before coming in for his grooming, so I thought I'll sit him down with some water and he can wait a minute. Hey, good boy. And then once he's had a drink and caught his breath, we can put him up in an enclosure. So I am going to take quite a bit of hair off these ears and just round them up, just because it's only going to get matted and tangled again, and they look a bit silly being so big on this tiny little body. You do need to stop moving, however, my darling. Yes. You're very wiggly. Hey, you've been a wiggly woo all of a sudden. Don't like me messing with your ears, huh? Oh, you'll feel much better with them nice and tidy like this. Promise. You're shaking. Oh, I know. There's another doggy here. How's that look? Which side do you like better? The big long ones or the short floofies? Little pom-poms. Good girl, sorry. I had to be sure on that one. I know. So we can't really do much to shape these up because, well, there's not really any hair left here to work with. So we just want to kind of make everything else match in. Oh, there's a tangle there. Okay. Turn around. It's all right, Papa. What are you doing? You're not making it easy for me, are you? You got to give it to me on an angle I can work with. Hey, I think we've been quite lucky with this tail, having so much of it left. Let me see. Yeah. Let me see. Excuse me, hoppy pants. These guys are so hoppy with their little feet. I don't know how they do it. They would be experts at hopscotch and jump rope. That's what I'm thinking of. Okie dokie. Our little Miss Marley is all done. Sorry guys, the battery went flat while I was just finishing up that tail. I love those little ears. What do you think, guys? Do you reckon they're a bit cute? Feet are tidy, that body's all nice and tidy. She's got this gorgeous little tail here and it's sitting, well, she's fluffed it all up already because she's been shaking, but we've got a cute little feather shape to it. Okay, you're all done. Ready to go home? You ready to go home? Well, I don't know about you guys, but with how matted that coat was, I'm pretty happy with the outcome. Short and tidy, and if you don't have time to brush your doggy, get them a haircut like this so that you can manage it at home nice and easily on your own. Otherwise guys, wherever you are and whatever you're doing, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications, give us a thumbs up and say hi in the comments because we love hearing from you all, and we look forward to seeing you again next time. Bye! Bye, Marley. Bye, friends.